The World Health Organization ranks Indonesia as the sixth largest tobacco consumer in the world. And this is driven by a growing young population, affordable cigarette prices, and intense advertising. There are 60 million active smokers in Indonesia, more than a fifth of the country's population. 320 billion cigarettes are sold annually by four main players. The leader is Sampurna, owned by Philip Morris International, which also makes Marlboro cigarettes. Then come a couple of Indonesian conglomerates, Gudang Garam and Jarum, and both are known for their traditional clove-flavored kretek products. Then there's Buntol Group, owned by British American Tobacco. And tobacco firms are among the Indonesian economy's top contributors. They employ millions of people. And in 2015, excise on tobacco was close to $10 billion, making up almost 10% of total state revenue. Now, that may seem like a lot, but compare that to the healthcare costs placed on the government for smoking-related illnesses and deaths. The Ministry of Health assessed that the economic losses caused by tobacco in 2015 was $42 billion. Now, that's 4 times more than the state revenue from tobacco excise. So now Indonesia is the only country in Southeast Asia that still allows direct tobacco advertising. And the government has already made moves to crack down on online advertising. But as Saiful Bahri Ismail reports from Jakarta, activists are pushing for a ban on all media platforms.
Sipayung had his first taste of cigarette at 9 years old because of harsh living conditions then, and he was influenced by people around him. Children are now susceptible to be influenced also by cigarette advertisements on the internet. Sipayung is aware of the challenges facing young children from the internet, and he decided to kick the habit so that he can be a role model for his daughter.
Dia bilang, Pak, Bapak kan selama ini apa yang Bapak bilang kan kami sudah dengerin, kami sudah turutin. Saya motivasi supaya meninggalkan rokok karena memang lebih banyak ruginya daripada untungnya merokok itu. Orang tua mana sih nggak kepengen membuat anaknya bahagia, apalagi kalau anak perempuan kan. Nah jadi mungkin itulah yang terberat, yang paling berharga yang diminta anak saya dari saya.
Indonesia is one of the world's largest smoking nations. The Health Ministry estimates a third of Indonesians are smokers, and it's concerned with the growing number of young smokers.
The latest data from the Health Ministry showed that the number of young smokers had increased from 7.2% in 2013 to 9.1% last year. It has since moved to block cigarette advertisements on the internet to reduce this prevalence. The Health Ministry said that 3 out of 4 youths are exposed to cigarette advertising from online media.
There are more than 171 million internet users in Indonesia, and the platform serves as one of the most effective ways cigarette companies sell their products.
Nah, kita juga tahu bahwa belakangan ini marak sekali yang namanya iklan rokok yang ditayangkan melalui internet ya. Jadi bisa media sosial, bisa YouTube, bisa media-media online lainnya. Itu betul-betul sangat meresahkan karena emang kita tahu media online itu sampai ke lapisan yang paling jauh, yang paling bawah, dan lapisan itu kita nggak bisa pantau apakah itu orang tua, apakah itu remaja, apakah anak-anak atau dewasa saja.
Anti-tobacco activists are urging the government to take bolder steps and ban cigarette advertisements in all media platforms, as well as promotions and sponsorship of cigarettes. They believe blocking just cigarette advertisements in the internet will not curb the rise in the number of young smokers in the country.
Saya rasa belum, jelas belum. Kenapa? Karena ini bertahun-tahun mereka tuh masif sekali dipengaruhi oleh iklan. Dan ingat loh, iklannya bukan saja di internet, tapi juga di televisi. Karena rokok tetap beriklan di televisi, dan televisi itu tetap media yang populer di Indonesia. Jadi ada berbagai media yang mengepung anak-anak. Tambah lagi adalah media luar geria, billboard yang masih ada di berbagai daerah.
Health campaigners are also calling the government to ratify the World Health Organization's Framework Convention of Tobacco Control, which recognizes that a complete ban on tobacco marketing activities is the most effective way of reducing young smokers. Indonesia is also a major tobacco producer, employing some 6 million people. Steps to curb cigarette advertisements on the internet has met with resistance.
Isu di hilir ini juga akan berdampak kepada di hulunya, terutama di teman-teman petani tembakau. Yang mana teman-teman petani tembakau ini akan menghadapi masa panen. Jadi ketika ada isu negatif di sektor hilir, tentu nanti di hulunya teman-teman dari petani tembakau ini mengalami sejumlah kekhawatiran mengenai pembelian.
Observers say tobacco companies have significant political and financial influence in Indonesia and has prevented the government to do more. But for ex-smokers like Sipayung, he's committed to do more to be a role model to his family and those around him. Saiful Bahri Ismail, CNA, Jakarta.